fends them off well enough to be able to come back late in the third. Bo Lewis just not quite enough left in the tank to finish that one.
We move on to the next one. Team scores now 16-9, still in favor of VMI. We move on to 184. Wrestling for the Pioneers, this is Hunter Perez, a senior from Mount Olive, New Jersey. And for the VMI Keydets, we're accustomed to seeing Braxton Lewis here in this 184 slot for head coach Jim Gibson. He's not wrestling today against Sacred Heart. We'll see if he wrestles later against Bloomsburg. Until then, it's Andrew Barford, freshman from Heath, Ohio. Another one of those young Keydets making the way into the starting lineup for head coach Gibson.
Yeah, and these are matches in duels like this. They're close, they're competitive, where these young guys gain a lot of experience. It's important for them to wrestle hard here, wrestle fun. You know, you don't want to give up any points, team points. Of course, you want to win, but it's in matches like these where it matters that these young guys, they develop this grit and this determination, and they know how to wrestle hard.
Up to his feet is Barford. He gets one. There's a quick takedown coming from Perez. He's up by 2, 3 points to 1. Well, Barford able to get a win against Mercyhurst with a tech fall. Was able to get a decision against Duke way back on the 22nd of November. Like you said, these are all good experience matches for young freshmen. How about that for Barford? In on a leg. 3 points belongs to Barford and maybe more. Andrew Barford couldn't get the shoulders turned, but a couple of near fall points for the freshman. Both men out of bounds, brought back to center. Quick flurry from Andrew Barford. He's up by 4.
Very good work by Barford, continuing to wrestle on the edge. We see a lot, especially, younger wrestlers. You get to the edge, you kind of stop wrestling. You expect the ref to give you the out-of-bounds call and go back in the middle. But in college wrestling, that wrestling on the edge is important. That's where a lot of the good guys win matches, by scoring, and especially back points and takedowns there on the edge.
Barford tries to go in again. Well dealt with there by Perez. Both men wasting no time. Shot after shot for both men. Easy in on a leg is Barford. Hank, would you call that a snatch single? What do you call that?
I'm not sure. I'd say a snatch single, right? He's looking for he's got the headlock. He has a cradle locked up, but just drops down to that snatch single. Chooses to work on that one instead. That's how he scored his first one, off of a single. So that's where he's comfortable. That's where he shot to a couple of other times today.
3 points there for the freshman Barford. He's up 10-4, and the brick comes in from head coach Clark of Sacred Heart. We will continue on. No acknowledgement so far of the challenge. Now we will see the challenge. Be interested to know exactly what head coach Clark is thinking with the challenge. Is he trying to say that it wasn't a takedown?
I'm not sure. I mean, that's my best guess. At the very least, if it's not a takedown, because Perez has that lock around the leg, it's going to alter riding time. We've talked about it today. Riding time can be a big factor, but right now it's all Barford. He's doing a good job working his offense. After getting scored on early, he's taken it up another notch.
It all started with that snatch single from Barford. But we'll try to see exactly how this call will go. 11 seconds left to go in the first. 10-4 is the score right now.
And if we continue on this pace for the whole match, let's see. Let's take a look at this.
Well, that is the first of said takedowns for Barford, where he got the 3 points for the takedown and a couple of near fall points as well. That's the first one we saw there. Second one came a little bit later off that snatch single here on the left side of the mat. It'll stand. 3 points for Barford. Takedown will stand, is good. 10-4 remains the score. Final 10 seconds of the first.
Looks like they're not going to alter riding time at all either, so he's going to stick with where his call was.
Good fight of the hands for Perez. He picks up one more. It's a 5-point affair, 10-5. First period ends. We're on to the second.
An exciting first period, 10-5. Keep on this pace, it'll be a 30-15 match. As fun as that would be, probably not going to happen. These wrestlers are going to shore up their defenses, especially now that we're working top-bottom. It's not going to be nearly as hectic or exciting.
Well, never say that. Never say that. I'd sign up for that. I'd sign up for that in a heartbeat. Move on to the second. 10-5. Barford leads, and like you mentioned, that first period really nonstop. We started. Perez came out strong with a takedown, able to get a first 3 points, and Barford flipped around there in the second half of that first period. Escape goes to Perez. 4-point affair now, 10-6.
And then escape for Perez at the end of the first period with 10 seconds left. That could be really meaningful going into this. Just a couple seconds left. You can get an escape there. That's huge going into the second period.
Both men tied up here. Barford with the over-under. Goes in, has the leg. Not able to finish it there. Tries to go in again. And Perez is in on a leg on Barford.
Yeah, Barford was working his offense, looking to, go to that other leg after Perez defended his first shot. Got a little careless in that front headlock position, and Perez was able to just reach out, snatch his leg.
And Perez, much like the first, gets the first takedown of the period. Now a 1-point affair. Barford needs to be very careful not to get turned here.
Yeah, Perez is doing a good job keeping his legs split, keeping his hips split. He's got a Turk.
Interesting now for Barford. Perez in on a good position. Will Perez get it? Barford trying to find some way to get his shoulders back. Perez just a moment away from making this a 1-point team affair.
Barford's got to try and kick his leg out, his right leg.
Well, Perez doing a good job. Has control of the foot. 7 seconds left to go. It has to be near fall points at least for Perez. 2 seconds left. Barford gets out of the second period alive, but Perez has taken the lead 13-10. We might be on the way to that high-scoring affair you mentioned just a second ago.
I take my statement back. This is a very exciting second period. First period, all Barford. Second period, Perez turned it on, fired back. We'll see if Barford can answer in the third.
And this is where you start to question gas tanks. What is left for either of these men? Barford down by 3. We saw him just with a 6-point scramble there in the first. Not able to get much in the second. And on a single is Barford. Beautiful ankle pick by the freshman. Bring him back to center. No takedown given by Jake Lawrence.
If I'm Coach Gibson, I'm wishing that I kind of held my brick on for that one, because that was such a great offensive attack by Barford. I feel pretty positive that you might be able to win that with a brick.
Close as close can get. You saw the attack from Barford. Attack one leg, switch in the middle. Ankle pick there on that left leg. Barford in now. Body lock by Perez. Perez is up by 3. No one has riding time. And at this point, it's not going to be a factor. Up and down. Perez with 3. 50 seconds left to go.
There again, Barford getting a little bit lazy on that front headlock. Gets his hips in like he's going to power Perez over. That's what I was expecting. But then just, Perez does a good job stopping it. Gets the body lock. just does a good job finishing it too.
30 seconds left to go now. .22 seconds, running time in the favor of the Pioneer. He's got that minute mark. He'll let Barford up.
Sacred Heart, they're looking for some bonus team points here.
Maybe now there. 3 more points now, a 9-point lead. On the final seconds, Hunter Perez takes one over top of Barford. Running time point goes in the favor of Perez. How about that for Perez? A strong finish there in the third.
Right, he started the match with the takedown, did a good job. Barford battled back, just responded, going after him to finish that